Aw, come on, Uncle Chucky. This is embarrassing.
Prince Willie, Joe, you are a complete mess. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Oh no, Daddy Waylon. Uncle Chuck is giving baths again.
I thought bowls were supposed to be dirty.
Wherever did you hear anything so ridiculous? We must always keep ourselves cleaned and looking fresh for the ladies.
If you say so, Uncle Chucky.
Yes, boys, remember the expression, cleanliness is next to godliness.
Hey, Amber Rose, I miss my mommy. Do you miss yours?
No.
Hey folks, Lester here. Happy Tuesday. You will all see the video on Wednesday. I just let the horses out. Now, we made a transition here with our cows, our heifers, and our bulls just a few minutes ago. While I was making that move, I put the horses into their stalls to keep them out of my way. And I needed to have the gates open. I have all the Longhorn moved. Everybody has been moved. I do have one last Longhorn to go. Jezebel is up by herself, but I'll get her to be moved over with our cows in a bit. But what I want to show you and what I'm going to find out for myself is how are these horses going to act around these cows. Now, I want you to be aware of an escape room. Yes, it's a calf escape room. You may be able to see it demonstrated right here, where the calves can go in and out of their escape door if they choose to, if the horses are in fact bothering them. Also, once I get these calves their very own feed buggy, we do not want our horses messing with them or eating out of that feed buggy. So the calves are able to come in and out of that little doggy door, escape room door right there, which is wonderful. I will also put their very own water trough in there with them. All right, here we go. So let's just see what happens here when horses and baby Longhorn interact. With Gemma, absolutely nothing. She welcomes the company. Well, Norma Jean and Gemma, that's the cutest thing ever. Let me walk around and see if I can get a little bit better picture for you all without having to go through the bars. Gemma just wants to see what's going on with her water, make sure her water's safe. Now, believe it or not, this is no longer Gemma's water. I moved a brand new water trough over into the horse stables. So the horses have their very own water and they will not be harassing. Oh, look at that sweet thing right there. Look at that sweet thing right there. She's like, I don't really know about living with horses. I will say this. Calamity Jane does not miss her mama. Oh no, and here comes trouble. Guys, I'm here with my spanky stick for just in case. And I want to remind you the cows do have a place to go if they feel like they need it. Rita, we love these little cows, okay? They're gonna be pasture mates with you guys for a while. So as you can see, Rita is not able to go in. Oh, she likes having company. Rita, this is going to be fine, friends. This is going to work out just wonderfully. This is going to work out just wonderfully. I really do believe that. All right, so let me show you real fast. Let me go ahead and take this opportunity while we're watching the horses interact with the heifers. Let me just show you real fast the one that I'm not real sure of being over here. This is Trinity. Now, Trinity is a 3-year-old, and I do think that she's already been bred. So the thing is, she only came in here because I could not get her to go out back. Now, her little sister there on the backside absolutely has to be here. But I do want Trinity to make her way out back whenever she feels like it. But for now, she's just wanting to stay here in the front and visit with the babies, and that's completely fine. I can't call them babies. They're not really babies. We only have one who's under a year, and that would be that one right there. That's Calamity Jane. And you know all of these. That's Amber Rose. This over here is Jenny Lane. She was the first calf born here at the JL Ranch. Around the backside over there is Sweet Serenity. Norma Jean is over here loving on. This is Norma Jean. And did I already say Amber Rose? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 for sure. I just dropped the spanky stick. So 5 for sure. And then if we can't get Trinity to leave, then it'll be 6. But I'm not going to force Trinity out of there. If she wants to be up front, she can. It's not going to hurt anything. But I do believe she is already bred, pregnant. Well, I will say this. I'm very happy to see the cows and the horses are getting along fine. Don't forget they have spent a little bit of time together along the fences. So it's not like this, it's brand new to all of them. And then don't forget when we had our big breakout a while back. When we had our big breakout, if you remember, this is what I'm going to see what happens over here if Rita wants to start playing. When we had our big breakout a while back, the horses and cows were together fine. Hey, Roman. Roman's like, I've been around cows my whole life. The only mom who seems to be upset with the separation is Marilyn. Her daughter is Norma Jean. And she's the only one who seems to have an issue with being separated. Hey, Roman. Hey, Rita. Y'all are going to be sweet to these calves, right? And treat them right? Okay. Well, this is a really good sign. I mean, this is a wonderful sign. Here's what I like about this setup, okay? The calves. Rita, I thought my water hose was, I thought I had water hose running. Okay, so the heifers will have their very own barn. So anytime we have inclement weather, we're not going to have any big alpha cows push the heifers out into the rain. So they will never again have to set out through a storm because someone will not let them come inside. They'll have their very own water trough. I will move that water inside. They'll have their very own feed buggy. I'll get their feed buggy and moved inside with them. They'll have their very own roll of hay. They have their own salt lick. They have their own mineral block. They'll get their own dewormers. And they have access to all of this amazing green grass in the 15 acres here. Don't be mean to her. She just wants to love Daddy. And then I do not think that the cows are going to be a problem trying to walk into the horse stables. Normally horses are going to be territorial. And I do not suspect that the cows are going to walk through the stables. I hope that they don't. But if they do, what's it going to hurt? It may be a little bit more, clean up on my end, but they're not going to hurt anything. And then this is going to guarantee that we can keep, Roman's like, my daddy. Now, guys, Roman was not being mean. That right there was just him saying, you know what? Hey, right now is my time with Dad. And I don't appreciate you walking up trying to get yourself any loving whenever I'm getting the loving. He did the same thing, same thing to Gemma when she walked up, all right? Don't be mad at Roman for that. And Jenny Lane is not too bothered. I'm not Jenny Lane. Calamity Jane is not too bothered, I promise you. She's fine. So we do not want calves and mamas hollering back and forth. It doesn't matter if they do, but it could just be, that could go on for a day or two. But the one that I thought would be more vocal would be Santana, because Calamity Jane is a bit younger. But Calamity Jane is well enough to be off on her own, y'all. She eats, she grazes, she loves her some muffins, she eats hay, she does it all. And she loves her daddy. I will watch out for her and protect her and keep her very, very safe, okay? I love this girl. We all love this girl. We love her to death, okay? So just so you wanted to, I know you were interested to see how it was all going to work out, as was I, but it appears as though our horses and these calves are going to get along just fine. The horses are in no danger from these little gladiators. And that's what we call these little ones, our gladiators. The horses are in no danger from their little nubs. They will be the ones that will have to kind of stay out of the horses' way. And our horses are not being mean. If they wanted to be mean, they'd be doing it right now. All right, and they're just happy to have new friends. All right, so I'm glad that you guys are okay with this and that this is going to work out great for us. You know, there's one more thing I was kind of thinking about, and I'll go ahead and touch on that real fast. Do y'all think that Trinity can even make her way in and out of this doggy door area? Because when I let all the calves come in, I had the gate open up front. But now I've closed all the gates to keep the horses out, and I don't think that I've seen Trinity leave yet. I think she's been under here the entire time. So if she cannot, in fact, make her way in and out, then she will have to leave. She'll have to be moved out back. But don't forget, my entire reason of doing this was so that we could have our little gladiator here, our heifers, go a good 3 years before they're ever exposed to any bulls. And so this will be a wonderful pasture to have them in. Even when it comes time to separate the larger cows for breeding next year, guess what? These calves will all be up here and they'll be fine. Okay, now I will address one last thing before I let you all go. You're probably wondering, where's Danny? So Danny, I moved Danny inside. If you watched the previous video of when I made the Longhorn move, I did move Danny inside here with everybody else. But Danny walked to the fence line over here and paced back and forth. She just paced it back and forth. Danny wants to be with those who she's more, who she associates closer to. And Danny has in fact given birth. And so Danny is in fact a cow. She's no longer a heifer. And I think that Danny knows that. So Danny is out back with the other cows. And all of these babies out back have given birth. Alrighty? And so these are our more mature cows. Now, just because Danny is out back does not mean that I have to let Danny breed next year when we move our bulls back in. That does not mean that. I can absolutely pull Danny out very easily while we have our bulls doing their thing, okay? Where you guys going? Where y'all headed? All right, well listen, not a whole lot to show you. There's no fireworks today, which I'm kind of happy about that. I would rather there not be fireworks. What I want to see is if this cow right here can make her way out that doggy door. Can she drop her horns and walk out? I think that she should be able to, but that's very important. And then I'm afraid if I cut it one more rung higher, it's going to allow some of the horses to come in. Not Roman, obviously, but I think that I'm afraid that Rita and Gemma would come under if I cut one more rung higher. All right, now we're not going to get all loud and noisy now, are we? We're not going to get all loud and noisy here. Yes, we are. Okay, well, I guess they were just waiting until I started to make a video before they're going to all start trying to make their noises, their voices heard. You going to make your voice heard, Amber? You know, something else that I would really like to do is, now that I have these cows off to themselves, make better friends. Because as you know, the Norma Jean, the Serenity, they're not the most gentle. They've always been a little bit standoffish with me. Whereas everyone else comes to get their muffins, those two will not. They do not want muffins, or they don't want them enough to come get out of the hand. And maybe I can find a way to gentle them down a little bit by having them separated and then being fed and then, you know, more closely monitored. All right, well, if you have any questions, guys, I'll be happy to answer those in the comments. All righty? Thank you so much for watching. And then I will say this. We have seen her come in and out of the doggy door. That's Jenny Lane. She has come in and out of the doggy door, so she understands the concept of dropping low and just kind of scooting her back under. This is the only one here I've not actually witnessed go in or out. And I will need to see that pretty soon. If I do not, then I'm going to have to run her back out of here. Did Rita run you back in here, sweetie? Rita wants you to be inside of here, away, out of the pasture. Rita, are you going to be mean like that? Rita's going to have all kinds of fun playing with these calves. This may be the one who loves it the most. I don't think Gemma really cares. You know Roman don't give a darn. But Rita may be the one who has the most fun trying to herd these calves around. Which means that more than likely, whenever I lose some weight and Rita gains some weight, and she becomes my riding horse, and she decides to actually let me ride and not just let me sit on her back, we're going to have all kinds of fun, ain't we, sweetie? I can let go of that darn side-by-side because I'll have me a real cow horse. Roman, you're not going to be a cow horse. You can watch. You can watch me and Rita. You can't. Heck, Roman, I ain't get on your back, buddy. That would be so sad and scary. I'd be so scared to get on his back. I don't think he'll stop when I say stop. So, all right, friends. Well, it may be a little bit of a noisy day here. It's always tough when you separate calves from moms. But you can see for yourself, there's nobody in distress. There's no one being run wild. They're not being run ragged. But I'm happy to see that they all share water. They're sharing hay. They're sharing space. They're sharing pasture. And so we're going to be fine here, okay? And then I will give you my word that if we have any issues and complications, I absolutely will step in and I'll problem solve it. I'll work it out. Okay? Thank you all for watching. We love you. We're so blessed to have you. And we will catch you guys on the next video.
Don't let your troubles fester. Come watch Longhorn Lester.
Yeah, something like that.